Greetings, y'all. Good evening. Tonight, I am discussing spiritual bypassing because living a tantric life is also about alchemy, alchemizing pain, alchemizing some of the emotions that we may deem as lower in vibration. Listen, lower in vibration does not equal unnecessary or unimportant. Lower in vibration just means you are vibrating in a space that is not harmony, basically. And so in our tantric living, we are living in alignment with all parts of ourselves, not just the beautiful parts or the relaxed parts or the content parts, but we also are living in harmony with the parts that give us something to think about, the parts that feel uneasy, uncertain, insecure. All of these are part of our human existence, and a tantric life involves alignment on all levels: the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and whatever subtle body we can address. And what I notice is, in an attempt to either shift a mood or encourage a friend or avoid discomfort, sometimes we can move into what is called spiritual bypassing. Spiritual bypassing is a way to escape discomfort by distracting, deflecting, ignoring, and pointing to a spiritual truth that is not deeply felt. It is true, but it isn't deeply felt. And the thing about spiritual bypassing is that oftentimes we attempt to move out of discomfort before we get the gift of the discomfort. There is a gift or gifts in every sense of discomfort. But if we bypass the discomfort trying to accept some positive thought or some universal truth, then we skip a lot of steps and we actually cause our emotions to be suppressed, and suppressed emotions are not resolved emotions, and so they stay until the next time. So spiritual bypassing can sound something like, they drained me and they used me, but you know what? I learned my lesson. Or somebody says something that really bothers you, and in the moment you go, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to do me. Spiritual bypassing can sound like, you know what? That hurt, but it's all for my good. But you don't really believe it. You see, it's not deeply felt. It's not that these things are not true. It's just that they are not deeply felt. I hope that makes sense. And so tantric living involves feeling. This tantric existence is about the merging of all planes into one existence, into one experience. So when we are feeling pain, the first question is, what am I feeling? And give it a word. So many times we don't give it a word. We say, I feel some kind of way, or I don't know how I feel. If you don't know how you feel, ask, how do I feel? And maybe Google some words, some emotion words, until you find one that resonates. Why are we going that far? We're going that far because we're saying to the soul, you're important. You're so important that I want to find words to express this experience, words that resonate. You're going out of your way to understand yourself. A lot of times when you don't understand yourself, you want to be deeply understood by others, but they already don't understand themselves, So going out of your way to find words that resonate is a way of saying to the soul, you're important. How you feel is important, so important, that I'm going to sit here with you until we find something that resonates. That also is a tantric existence. What am I feeling? The next question is something like, why am I feeling it? What has happened to cause me to feel this? I like that question better. What has happened? What has happened to cause me to feel this? And then you get to describe the situation. Here we offer no judgment to the self. You describe it how you want to describe it. You fuss, you vent, you say they used you, they made you feel bad. You say all the things, okay? I call this my Veronica fuss. I'm going to fuss, okay? I'm going to feel it. I'm going to know what I feel. And I'm going to describe the situation that happened the way I saw it, okay? Not trying to augment it, not trying to make it line up with any universal truth, because I want to hear myself. What self? Whatever self is fussing. I got 10 million selves in there. I want to hear whichever one is fussing today. I don't want to correct. I don't want to spiritually bypass. I don't want to trivialize or gaslight myself. I'm not going to say that that's stupid, that's crazy, that's silly. I know I feel that and I shouldn't. I'm not doing any of that. In this process, I'm accepting that how I feel is valid. Okay. What has happened to cause me to feel this way? Another question is, okay, how has this affected me? How has this shifted me? Okay, it's caused me to see things a little different. Okay, now, the way that you've come to see, does that resonate with universal truth? The way that this situation has shifted you, has it shifted you into more truth or less? More expansion or less? If it's less, we accept that. We can ask, where can I apply universal truth? Where can I see some co-creative aspect? What have I learned about myself? What do I see in myself here? What dysfunction is showing up, or what pattern is resolving, or what lesson am I having an opportunity to execute? These are good questions. If the situation is leading you into expansion, what are you becoming more of? Less of? These are all questions that help us to be in harmony with the self. Harmony with what we feel, what we think, what has happened, and we get to bring it into alignment with universal truth. That's the integration. So never in this process did I blame anybody. Never in this process did I come away with some feeling of a wall. I left with understanding. I left with patience, with grace for myself. I created a non-judgmental space for myself. My soul feels heard, respected, honored, revered. This is how you create a tantric space for yourself within your difficult moments. Again, a tantric life is not love and light. It's love, it's light, it's darkness, and everything in between. And we put our ashe on healthy, harmonizing, truth-based processes. Ashe.